Hello there, and welcome to the final boss of Dark Souls 3, Slave Knight Gael. Now friends, just when you started to think that you's the only one that made it to the end of the world, you start meeting all sorts of fellas out here who done the same thing as you. And it's fair to say that none of you've done as much as Slave Knight Gael's done. But unfortunately, he went just a little bit crazy on the blood of the Dark Soul, and now he's out here drinking the blood of pygmies. So we're gonna need to be short of him. Let's see how to beat him. First thing I'll recommend is that you use a quick weapon. Don't use something like an ultra great sword. I chose to go with the good old Irithyll straight sword because frost damage definitely does work. You can watch this video for proof. As he runs over the ledge there to attack you, the first attack he usually opens with is when he jumps up in the air and glows all red like that. This means he's going to charge at you, and if he should stab you during this, it's going to be an awfully painful ordeal. This might be an attack that you're particularly afraid of, but it's actually the easiest point in the fight to get some damage in on him. In general, in this phase, he's just doing some basic attacks that knights do. It's easy enough to dodge and counterattack in turn when you can. Maybe the most dangerous part of this phase, though, is when he puts his head up in the air and does a real loud shout. When you hear this, you're going to want to drop everything you're doing and get just about as far away from him as you can. Because before too long, friends, I mean to tell you, he's going to unleash a hissy fit that's not going to be very good for you. After you push him down about a third of the way, you're going to get treated to a nice cutscene, and then he's going to take on the fighting style of a popular anime character that one or two of you might know. That is to say, he's going to start hitting you with his cape and pull out a crossbow and start shooting you with that. He'll also shoot out these magic discs. Now they seem pretty easy to dodge, and they are, but you got to remember that they come back. So when he shoots them out, just kindly circle around 180 degrees and stay there until you see him come back. This phase is actually pretty simple. The only real issue is that his attacks can no longer be blocked 100% just by your physical shield, so you will get chipped down. But if you keep circling around right, his left, you're going to have an awful lot of opportunities to get attacks in on him. The crossbow is quite simple and easy to dodge or block, so it's not really of any concern. In this phase, there is one thing that's real important to watch out for, but it's pretty easy to see coming. He's going to hunker down like this and start to charge up. When you see this, be prepared to dodge backwards. He'll unleash it, and when he's got his sword about midway like a baseball stance, just dodge backwards, and you won't be hit by the sword or the cape that follows him. It's when you get him down that second third of the way that the real fight begins. You'll know you're there because he'll hunker down and start to get all extra foggy. You can get in 2 or 3 quick attacks, but then be prepared to get away because as is usual, he's going to explode. And when he does, there's going to be all kinds of dark homing masses that are honestly pretty simple to avoid. But that's not what's dangerous. He'll tend to follow this up with a big lunging attack that's going to be hit with the sword and the cape. You can block this, or try and dodge it if you see it coming, but a lot of things start happening right now. As you'll notice, there's going to be these little white and black circles on the ground, and friends, I mean to tell you, you don't want to be anywhere near those in a few seconds because lightning is quite literally going to come from the sky. The lightning in these circles are going to persist throughout the rest of the fight, so do take care not to be near them at any point. After this whole big explosion and lightning starts, he's going to do much of the same he did in phase 2, only with a little bit more gusto and aggressiveness. The crossbow and the magic bolts do appear to be gone, but that big attack we mentioned earlier is still there, and it's actually got a second part to it that you need to actually dodge twice this time. If you made it through phase 1 and 2, then this part's going to be pretty much routine. You're just not going to have as many times to attack him in turn. Keep in mind though that as the fight goes on, he's going to continue doing the same thing he did as the phase 3 transition. So watch for him to keel over like that, get in a hit or 2 if you can, and then be sure to get away because the homing masses and the lightning are going to come back again. From here it's just rinse and repeat until you take him down. When you beat Slave Knight Gael, you'll get the soul of Slave Knight Gael and the blood of the Dark Soul, as well as 144,000 souls. And you have finally come to the end of your adventure. Thanks for watching today's Dark Souls 3 boss tutorial. The end of the Dark Souls trilogy certainly doesn't mark the end of this channel. Friends, I haven't even finished all the Dark Souls 3 videos. Matter of fact, I haven't finished Dark Souls 2. There's always Bloodborne, and well, I haven't finished Neo. I never did any Dark Souls 1 videos. The Surge is coming out. Lords of the Fallen, I could always go back, and there's Sultan Sanctuary, and Death's Gambit is coming out soon. And well, friends, there's going to be a lot more videos on this channel. So, if you liked it, please give it a like and subscribe to stick around for more Souls-like games and other Dark Souls content and maybe some other content that I'll come up with. Thanks for watching again, and have a good one.